Good morning, folks. So this is the ceiling of the grand ballroom that I'll be working in this week, and I'll give you a tour of the ceiling and then I'll show you the floor. So this is all hand painted and restored. As you can see, there's a lot of detail in the work. In the top section, if you look closely, if I zoom in and you take a look at those images, you might find some humour up there. Then we have the parquet. Let me zoom out. So we have a chevron parquet, and it's set out in two distinctive patterns. So we have a chevron border, which is a double chevron border, with then a secondary double border. We have our single border, double walkway, and then our chevron walkway. This is where we've done the test area. And then we have these beautiful corner inlays, which will be really nice once they're restored. We have some small repairs, micro repairs to do around the room. This is often the case where you'll see small corner sections disappear. This border area, I have a feeling, was for where people would stand waiting to dance, because this is the grand ballroom. So this would be the border where people would stand and observe the dancers. And as you can see, it's an oak chevron floor. It's got its own natural movement over time where it's shifted, which is always will happen with a chevron floor because of the way they're installed. There's a little bit of flex in the floor as I'm walking around the room, but nothing major. For me, this is a really stable floor. I give this like a 7 out of 10. And the process is going to be using the spider sander, no drum sanders to be used on this project. So the restoration process will be spider sander to remove the remaining varnish and give us a uniform look across the floor. Then once the spider sander is finished, then I'll be able to assess any further micro repairs that are required, removing stains like this on the floor and other water stains and marks, heavy gouges. We have marks here. So the first process is to remove and stabilise the floor and assess what areas need additional work. Up by the doorway where the doors have been swinging in, I know that here I'm going to need a more aggressive sanding approach to remove these gouges into the floor so that the doors can then swing open fully. After that sanding process is done, I'll then recheck the doors and see if they need trimming on the bottom so that we get a full entry of the door without causing issue to the floor. Then we have around the fireplace some micro repairs to do. Lots of heavy marking here, watermarks, and then our second quarter panel, some areas just around here to give a heavy sanding to, just to restore this area. So each corner of the room has one of these panels, and these are going to need the most work just because of it being in the corner, general wear and tear. Then there's been a piece of furniture here, so I need to get this line out of the floor. So that's the process that I'll be using, is restoring the floor by identifying the areas that I need to work the heaviest on, but giving a uniform finish across the floor. Once that's completed, then I'll be using the brush system to bring back the patina and polish the floor and give us that unique look, what this floor should have, which is not to be uniformly flat. That is not the process for this project. So that's looking across the whole room. It's 60 square meters approximately. It's not a huge room, but not a tiny room either. And looking up across the parquet and looking up, you can see what makes this such a beautiful room to work in. I can't wait to get the machines in and get started. So I hope you enjoy watching the project. You'll be able to see our daily updates for a project of this size. And come Friday, we'll be able to show you the finished floor. That's looking across from the corner. Thanks to Ben and Vanessa to invite me to work on their project.